guy. Even if it's on the East Coast, well, I guess the East Coast is certainly later than the West Coast, but I'm here anyway, and with a brand new haircut. How do you like that? Well, let's wait a minute or two to get everybody. I got some things that I want to talk about because, boy, so much is happening and I'm finding so much stuff. Oh, I guess I have to press go live, don't I? Nothing's going to happen till I press go live. Nothing will happen till I press go live. Nothing will happen till I press go live. Press go, that sounds like a let's go. Or let's go to the hop. Aha. Well, we got some YouTube people there. And remember, don't forget, after we finish this, I got to give you all the links, online. I'll put them up on my wall or whatever you call it on Facebook, and also on the other thing on the internet. I mean, it's all on the internet. What the hell would we do without the internet nowadays, huh? You wouldn't have to stay up in the middle of the night like this, huh? But boy, it's a powerful tool. That's why I think that it should be like roads. I mean, we should all have access to them, to do commerce and things like that, and that's why it's silly that we have to pay so much, or people don't have it at all, like in rural areas. This is why I think they're suffering, because they don't have the internet and the high-speed access which you need, to learn and do all these things. I was reading about a little village in China, and they're up in the mountains, and everybody in China is like leaving for the cities to go get the good jobs, and so they're away for months at a time and come back to their families for a little bit and then go work for months at a time. And this village up in the mountains didn't want to do that. They split up the families like that. So they made sure they got Wi-Fi and high-speed internet, and they all just created businesses on the internet up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere in China. It was a story I heard on the BBC, a little while back. Oh, we got some people hanging in, coming up too. But what I want to do is share with you the kinds of stuff I've been running into recently. And I have been running into a lot of stuff. I think it's 201, but I'm not sure. What is 299? 299 is actually one of my research reports that I'm doing. And this is where I'm finding all this stuff. I'm doing research for people, custom research. And it just teaches me so much. And that's why I wanted to come like this. Like for 3 days, I haven't talked to you guys at all. I think it was like Thursday right? Yeah, I think it was Thursday the last time. And so I've been piling away because I got so many of these things to do, and it's fun. I learned so much to do it. And I'm working on a 299. And that's the report I do where I show you 299 free sources where you live. Right where you live. Yeah, that's why I can't do books anymore for everybody else or give you huge databases. I think that's not as good anymore. I gotta really show you the shopping list of just where you live. These are the programs that buy a house. These are the programs that to start a business. These are the programs that for you to pay expenses or anything. And so that's what I'm doing, and that's what Let's Go Tutor is about. And then, but also I had some great conversations on Let's Go Talk, letsgo.com/talk. That's cheap as hell because you're teaching me, teaching me what I know, and the people I talk to. I mean, it's just wonderful reviews. It's nice to be able to help, and that's why here now I want to help you guys. Hear what I find. Now I'm doing something in Missouri. Now I can't remember the last time I was in Missouri, or even if I was in Missouri. And for a town of Missouri, and I ran into so many things for people with disabilities. So that's what I'm thinking now. Gosh, if you know somebody with a disability, and I've talked to people, like people have been in military, and I talked to a lot of people with disabilities because there are a lot on the internet. That's where their salvation is, trying to find it. So now I think, okay, if you have a disability or you know somebody that has a disability. I'm going to show you about some stuff I found in Missouri, and it doesn't mean that they're not only in Missouri, but they're everywhere. See, what's in Missouri most likely is the same kind of thing in any state or any city or whatever. So what would be nice for you to do is for your person with a disability is collect those for them, because maybe they're just not as resourceful as you are. If you're up this time of night looking for something, you're a resourceful person, aren't you? And you could find these things for, after I talk about them. Now here's like people to fix up your house if you have a disability. This is the main thing. Most of people with disabilities, they can't get around because it's not built for people with disabilities. So they're gonna have it fixed. Okay. Now there's programs to fix the money to fix up your house to make it livable for people with disabilities, and this also includes aging people, things like that. And one of the thing people, this is a nonprofit organization that's everywhere in the country. It's called Rebuilding Together. Rebuilding Together. Okay, if you just Google that and put in your state or whatever along with that, and remember, it's .org. You're not looking, you don't want to deal with anybody with .coms, okay? That's the one thing that you get out of me maybe and take home tonight when you go to sleep is that, yeah, .coms aren't so good because they're going to charge me money. The .orgs and the .govs won't. So it's Rebuilding Together. And they come out and they fix things for free. That's what it's for. I mean, see, everybody thinks, we get involved in capitalism because it's cool and things like that, but there's another part of life, people helping each other. And that's what this is. So they need it. You don't have enough money to do it. Okay, and then also another one that does that is Habitat for Humanity. And that's a thing too. So you look for Habitat for Humanity and your state or city or whatever it is, and see what it costs. Sometimes they just charge you for the materials, and whatever. Rebuilding Together does it all for free. They get volunteers and everything, and so they have this big party, and they come out and have beer with you and fix up your house. Isn't that great? It's like the old raising the barns I used to read about out in Iowa, where everybody get together and raise each other's barns. Yeah, now we'd be such a transactional society. I'm not doing anything for you unless you give me money. But we forgot about the heart, man. The heart, boom, 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 boom. That's the thing that we have to satisfy too. Not only the wallet, we got to satisfy the heart. See, and that's what doing things like that is all about. Is satisfying the heart. So that's Rebuilding Together. And then Habitat for Humanity. Now, also there's an interesting, what Missouri has is low-interest loans to make your home more handicap accessible. Okay, these are low-interest loans. These are also loans that are very forgiving, not forgivable, but they're kind or gentle loans. Then you're going to get at a bank. And they have them at a .gov, and you put at.mo.gov, and then at.mo.gov, and you'll see all this stuff that Missouri has. Now, what your job is to your friend with a disability is to find, okay, I see they have this. So it says handicapped stuff, okay, and it's called Show Me Loans. They're the Show Me state. I don't know if you remember that. But they have something called Assistive Technology, Missouri Assistive Technology. This is a service for people with disabilities to get technology to make their life better. They need some kind of vehicle to get around the house. They need a talking computer. They need whatever it is. Devices. We have new technologies that solves a lot of problems for people with disabilities. Well, this is a service actually that's in every state that gets this technology, and they have it available, and they have a lending library for people with disabilities to borrow it. Man, and they also have loans, and even grants in some of the states for them to buy it. Okay. And actually, they have one here too. Is just to make it easier to work from home. That's right. If you have a disability, you probably have to work from home. It's harder to get the workforce and workplace and things like that. and so that to make your home better to work in. Wow. because if you're earning money, then the government doesn't have to worry about you much, right? So that's why they have programs there. You have a disability, well, they want to help you make money at home, and that's that's part of the show me loans. Now here's another one: to make your vehicle handicapped accessible. That's right, to make your vehicle handicap accessible. Okay, that's up to $20,000, so that's available too. Now that's Michigan, Missouri, one of those M states, right? Missouri, so what you have to do now is go find the other one. Okay, see what you do, people who don't have a disability, I think it's important that you start collecting these. You want to give a gift to somebody, don't buy them a bag of chocolates or whatever it is. Man, just think if you put together a listing of all these sources, that they could go to for help, and extra money or services that are available. And now on that same website, you could see 70, that's right, 70 places for people with disabilities to get help and money to help live a more fuller life. 70. And some of it's only Missouri, but some of it's nationally. They have all kinds of things here. They have vehicle loans, I told you about that. Oh, here's one: the manual and power wheelchairs and walkers and scooters and augmentative communication devices, hospital beds, all the hearing aids for adults who are not covered now under Missouri. So that's money to get those kinds of equipments here. And there's 70 programs on that. This is all this stuff. I printed it out. I don't have to, you don't want to listen to everyone. Whatever. Okay, vocational rehabilitation. A lot of people that have disabilities are aware of the vocational rehabilitation people. But now it's other things. Like there's a Missouri Rehabilitation Services for the Blind. Okay, so you have a friend that's blind in your state. Find the office that helps people that are blind. Rural development. Look at repair home loans and grants for people who need home access modifications, and they live in small towns. Yeah, that's amazing. Somebody asked me just what the site is. I'll do it later. I'll put it up on there, but it's really at.mo.gov. at.mo.gov. And that's Assistive Technology. That's what the AT stands for. Here, Community Action Agency. There's another wonderful, anybody who has any kind of real income problems at all, things like that. People... they have all kinds of financial issues or something. Where do you go? The problem is there's 100 places to turn, because there are all little programs all over in every city and county and state, and there are many of them. But one agency that is a good place to start with is your Community Action Agency. So that's why this should be on the list of somebody with a disability, because they handle all those things too, and they know a lot about what other programs are available. Here, Centers for Independent Living. Okay, yeah, Missouri has 22 centers for independent living. Many of these centers have grants that can provide limited funding for home modifications, as well as for assistive technology. This is how can a technology, whether it's a bionic arm or whatever the technology is, to make your life better because you have a disability. See, this is what this Assistive Technology office is, and it's in every state. Remember that. Okay, here, Missouri Agribility Project. This is amazing. They have a project that's created to assist people with disabilities to be employed in agriculture. Right. I don't know, maybe you could drive a tractor or something, even though you can't walk. I don't understand, but that's the kind of stuff that's out there. That's why, to me, what I see, when I read these kinds of things or whatever, and it's not that I'm going to use them or whatever, and that's what I hope it does for you. Not that, oh man, I don't have legs, so I have legs, so I don't need that. No. What you have to do when you hear something like that, God, they have something like that. Maybe there's something out there for something else details that I never even thought of. That's, I mean, it's the problem is to realize that there's so much out there, and it's up to you to go and look for it. You know, you don't even have to know it's there. You don't have to, but you have to believe it may be there. So you stay there. So if I show you some crazy thing that's there you never thought about, maybe the crazy thing that you have in mind, you should go look for. United Cerebral Palsy. This is a national number. These are national organizations that help people with disabilities. That's what's so neat in our country. We're organized so much. You know, you get 10 people together studying something, and they're going to start an association, and then they'll become a clearinghouse for experts. It's sort of like me, you know, on research. I've been doing this research. If you're new to Google and don't know, then you know it's going to take you a long time. But you can, off the top of my head, I could give you the 5 things I already found about. That's why I do this letsgo.com talk. And this is what I share with, because I know no matter what your problem is, in a few minutes I could give you 4 or 5 sources that not only solve the problem, but crazy ways to solve the problem, not just traditional ways. Yeah, and how to make connections with other kind of organizations that could solve that problem. Multiple Sclerosis Society, United Spinal Association, spinal cord, something called the Travis Roy Foundation. This is for spinal cord injury. Melvin Weinstein Parkinson's Foundation. What they have money and grants to purchase medical equipment and health supplies for Parkinson's persons, okay, to help with the maintenance of safe and healthy living environments. See, who would have thought that? You know, okay, computers for the blind. Okay, this is where the blind can get free computers. There are 2 or 3 groups that do that. Here, service organizations. The National Disability Organizations have small grants programs for equipment and loan programs for people with disabilities. The Governor's Council on Disabilities publishes a directory of all these resources, you know, that are available to Missouri. See, who would have thought to go to the governor's office to find a resource directory, you know, for disabilities? See, that's another thing. What I found in finding information, you go to the top. Like, you want something in Washington, you don't know where the hell it is. You call the White House. Not that Donald Trump's going to know. He's still looking for the bathrooms, I'm sure. It takes 2 years to find out where they are. But the bureaucrat answering that phone has answered your question 1,000 times already and knows where to send you. Children here, $500 for children, you know, for them to have stuff. You know, there's a bunch of children's. First Hand Foundation. Grants provide funding for treatment, mental equipment, assistive technology devices, vehicle modifications. And this is the First Hand Foundation. Caring program for children. This program helps children with state, federal, and local and private insurances don't cover it. So when they don't cover it, it's this organization that comes in. You know, Caring for the Children, it's called. I mean, it goes on. Okay, here it goes on. And on Mo Better, that's for Missouri. Refurbished computers, that's right. Refurbished computers. This program obtains donations of computers from corporate and other sources, refurbishes them if they're needed. The computers are then provided to persons with disabilities. Wow, see, how'd you know that? Right? And now, really, for most of us, what we do on the computer, we don't need a fancy WIM bank. We just got to get it on the internet, that's it. And it's as fast as your modem or as your Wi-Fi service. Hearing aid, loaner bank. You know, wow. The Gift of Sound, Here Now, Travelers Protective Association. You know, vision resources. I mean, God, just go to radio reader services. Hope Builder. So this is a great program I put in the report that I sent out. Hope Builder. This agency assists elderly individuals with disability for minor repairs and access. So this is free. They come out. There's a government program that comes out and fix up your house for free. So call in your state where your friend with disability is and start fishing around. Hey, where's something free because they need something fixed at the home. They have another one like that called HERO Program. It's a home repair opportunity, whatever. Now here's, here, this is interesting too, I found it here. They have grants to nonprofits and for-profits to develop and upgrade housing for low and moderate income families. So that's why you will be in the real estate business, okay? So actually your community development center, and this is really for Independence, Missouri, everyone has, the block grants that are in their community, and that's what it's more. See, if you want to be a real estate investor, you could get money, grants, to build the homes and then rent them out to people. That's what they're, here, this is another interesting one. $600 for crime prevention improvements. Crime prevention improvements, $600. I guess you need alarm systems and stuff like that. That's right. Who would have known to ask for things like that? And then a whole bunch of things. Here, how to buy a city lot for $1. Actually, this is a Chicago program I came across, and it touched my heart because that was one of the first programs. See, I've been talking about this since the early. My first book that came out in 1981 was called Getting Yours, and when I went on the Today Show, I remember talking about it. I was talking about the houses for $1. So this is 1981, what's it, 35 years ago or whatever the hell it is, and they still have the program. That's what I mean. Very little changes in all this stuff. That's why now people say, oh, the whole government's going away. Donald Trump's going to, make everything disappear. Man, they're still having Chicago's houses for $1. And I'm sure there's similar programs in most every other area of the country. And I used to get so excited. And you know what they're called? They're called Urban Homesteading Act. See, now if you're looking through government programs and realize this is how I got in this business, I'd read about these government programs and urban homesteading. Oh yeah, I'm not a cowboy. I remember homesteading, from the old cowboy movies or whatever. That's the only thing I knew about it. And I read the fine print. Oh my gosh, they're giving away houses for $1. They just want to get them off the government stuff, and they give you money to fix it up and things like that. So they give you the house for $1. Wow, now that's cool. But see, the government calls it Urban Homesteading Act. So your eyes are gonna glaze right over that. So that's what I feel I'm all about. Is that? Let's see, some questions. Really like the suits, where they go. Actually, I get them made in Vietnam now. Cheap as hell. Just send the measurements or whatever. And it's so funny, when I first got it, I didn't know. I bought it from a place in Sweden, but they were made in Vietnam. The box came from Vietnam, and it was, boy, Ho Chi Minh City. Back in the 60s, 70s, these people were trying to kill me when I was in Vietnam. And now they're making my suits. What a world this is, isn't it? Okay, actually what I want to talk about too is Tennessee. I think this is important. Tennessee now has a program for free community college for adults. They had it for people just getting out of high school, but now it's for adults. You can go 2 years for free. Wow, see, that's going to be popping up now. We're just paying too much for this higher education nonsense. New York City's trying to get 4 years for free. New York State. And they're having it now too, and they look like they're going to pass it, and it's actually for incomes up to like $100,000 a year. You go to school for free. This is free for everybody. I don't think there's an income requirement, and it looks like it's going to pass. Wow, and so that's it. Well, the important thing too about this, I think, and this is in Tennessee. So you want to move to Tennessee? I think you have to be there a year before you can get that. But also, when you're going out looking for training or education, man, stay away from for-profit universities. This is the world of Phoenix and all these for-profit schools. You don't want .com, and a lot of them hide as .eud, but don't. They're just too expensive for what you get, and there's too many studies out that show what you get is crap anyway, so why even bother? And the community college is the best education deal. And it's not only for degrees. I think what you got to look there to is contact your local community college and ask them what kind of certificate programs there are. Because no matter what you are, don't forget, also if you're 60 or more, and I'm in my 70s now, 74 just a couple days ago, if you guys remember, you were so nice and sending me all these notes. That really did my heart good when you guys just said some wonderful, sweet things that was nice. Anyway, or 60 or more, you go for free. At a lot of these universities, they're public schools, community colleges, 4-year colleges or whatever, because you're old. And 60, you could live for 30 more years easily. So get a degree, get a certificate. See, this is a place like just for a couple months or a year, you get training in Homeland Security or being an apnea, sleep apnea expert. We're hurting for sleep apnea technicians. So for a few months, you get that certificate or whatever it is for next to nothing, and maybe they'll even pay it for nothing because a lot of companies will pay the college for the training so they have people to hire. They need the people. There are a lot of jobs going unfilled because they don't have the skills. So contact your local community college, ask them about certificate programs, what certificate programs they have, and make sure you go and talk to somebody there to see the demand for that. That's what you want to know. Are people being hired? And then talk to somebody in the industry to make sure, like a company that hires people like that, talk to them ahead of time to see if they're, they're doing, like in the healthcare profession, they still need that people all over. So there are a lot of jobs that go on begging. So you're looking for something to do or something new to do too. This is the way to do it. Don't get caught into something that's going to charge you $50,000 and who the hell knows what you have. And you're just in debt. More. That's what you get out of that more. And let me know if I can help. I do the custom research on housing, on paying bills and expenses, and on starting a business. And that's at letsgotutor.com. And you want to talk, I'll give you off the top of my head the best ideas and the sources of money and help to do anything you want or solve any problems. And that's at letsgo.com/talk. Can we talk? Well, thanks for staying up so late at night. No, I'll do stuff, boy. I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep. I'm an old guy. This is late for me. But not anymore. There's just too much neat, cool stuff to do in life. And that's the important part of that. So we ought to just keep contributing, and give as much as you can. That's the fun part of life. Take care, Jeff.